Hello again, friends. Today, it's time for another Skitzo Rant. So I thought I would talk about a topic that's interesting to me, and that's where we're going, at least in the near future. And specifically as far as that goes, relationships. Yep. And so it's no secret to anyone with an IQ above room temperature that the future is in fact female, that men are pretty much a dying breed as far as leadership goes, and it's only going to get worse as far as the scale of genders go. And, you can say, oh, this is going to destroy society, oh, everything's going to collapse, and I can say yes and then smile, because, that may be what I want, but it's time to, let's white pill ourselves a little bit. Let's talk about some of the benefits of the certainly future that is undoubtedly female at this point. So what sort of good stuff can come from a future that's pretty much going to be exclusively female dominated? And make no mistake about it, we are entering that kind of a world where the future will be, no matter, come hell or high water, the elites and everyone have dictated it, it will be, dominated by the fairer sex. So how does that work for us, though? What are some white pills we can take away from that fact, right? So there are actually a number of fairly white pill sort of takes you can grab from that. One, if the future is going to be female, then that absconses us of responsibility. Like, you don't need to protect the fairer sex anymore. They're strong and independent. They literally don't need your protection, nor do they probably want it. And if they say otherwise, well, then they're just being, sexist or something of that nature. So by removing ourselves from, the height of control, we also remove all responsibility from ourselves for how things are going. And removing responsibility from your life is, I know everyone says be a man, take on responsibilities. That's like the, Jude and Peterson shenanigans, right? Where you have to, dedicate yourself to, the family, to home, nature, and all of that nonsense because reasons, goyim. Just do it. And I'm going to present a countervailing narrative on that. I'm going to say that ideally, if the world is beyond our control, if we're not going to, if we're so toxic that we don't deserve control over, how things are going to be, if men are going to be outcasts of society, which seems to be the case, let's be clear here. If men are going to be society's outcasts, if the future is in fact anti-male, if it's time for women to have good times instead of men, then at the end of the day, men also don't have to, waste time protecting women or going about all those things. So it's really not your responsibility. And I think men innately know this. Like, people are already complaining, oh, some guy R-worded some random broad on a subway station. Why did no man step up to protect her? And of course, anyone with IQ above room temperature is like, why in the world would we? Wait, did I fuck up? Or do I need? So this is the moon combo, right? Yeah. Why did I not get my cherry blossom combo? What am I doing? Complications. But yeah, so in an ideal future now, we really don't have to worry about these sort of issues anymore. Like, one, we're not required to make money for a family. One, the family structure is no longer our problem, or, should be something we facilitate. And if that's true, then that means that men as a whole now can worry about other more, interesting endeavors for us. That means personal satisfaction, and a man can live with almost nothing, right? Like, compared to a family. And, you can get to a station or a point in life where your station is so grand that you don't really have many worries very easily as a man. Or I don't think, like, women and the rest of society can do that quite as easily as a man can, so. Like, I would die on that hill as far as, like, the logic goes behind it, saying that, the future is, at least for us, minimalistic in essence. And so, if that is true, that also means that we're suddenly, free from a lot of the previous obligations other societies depended on us for, right? And you can lament the fact that we've lost all of that. You can cry, but it's sort of freeing in essence. You know, it means that Chad can go and impregnate as many, like, wanton slores as he feels the need to. And it means that the average guy has basically infinite free time now. So, it's mostly about what you plan to do with your newfound freedom or free time, right? Because in a classical society, a traditional man is pretty hemmed in. He has to do a certain set of things. And if you don't do those certain set of things, you're kind of looked down upon in traditional society, but no more. Society is going to look down upon you no matter what you do in present day. So, given that circumstance, then you're kind of free to do with your time whatever you see fit. And then there are other benefits too. For instance, if the future is in fact female, then you're not expected to protect it. And you aren't. Like, that would be patriarchal. So, you know, for instance, when Biden is calling back all of these troops, it's that button. That's the one. Yeah, there we go. It's just literally not your problem to defend this country anymore. If the future is female, then females should defend it. Just objectively true. And then, you know, if the future is in fact anti-male, if men no longer are making more money than women, if all of these things, then eventually the laws are going to change around alimony and all of that, right? It's just a matter of time, really. So, in fact, just given all of these circumstances, it's almost inevitable that your personal enjoyment and your personal ability to live a good life is going to increase. Now, will you be sacrificing things for this? Of course, you're sacrificing, you know, the ability to have a family, the ability to live that sort of a good classical lifestyle, right? That's completely out of the question in, you know, a modern context. And so, you know, but the question isn't whether, you know, you get to live a good lifestyle. It's that lifestyle probably doesn't even exist anymore, realistically, if we're being honest with ourselves about the situation here. It might not be possible either way. At least I haven't seen it. You know, maybe there's some Zoomers out there that are defying all the odds and making something classical work, right? It's entirely possible. I just haven't seen it. And then, if all of that is true, if we stand pretty much no chance, which, let's be clear here, like, not even men will defend men these days. Not, you know, so what's the point, really? There really isn't much of a point to trying to make the best out of this situation. The point is to make the worst out of this situation and then have a new paradigm shift come. And it'll happen eventually. Like, maybe not within our lifetimes. Maybe things will continue to degrade like they did in the East, another super feminist type of situation. Like, the East is notoriously bad for a lot of this. And if you look at a lot of the places where, like, feminism reigns strongest and egalitarian increases, not decreases, as that happens. And, you know, eventually, though, when men are no longer a threat, women also seem to, if we're going by the Asian model, seem to stop caring about their spaces and their ideas and the things they like. So when women say get out of video games and stop being interested in men's things, like what might happen here, thankfully, in the West, the quality of the media might also increase substantially. So that's at least what I'm thinking as far as positives go for all of this, is the future, while it seems pretty dark, there are still some upsides, and if you want to be someone that doesn't interact with society, or doesn't have to worry about all of this random garbage that's going about, then there are some serious upsides for you that I don't think a lot of people have considered. I need to stop doing the same combo again. Just like, hit button. Yeah, this is a thinky man's class. But yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it all hopeless? Is it all lost? I think so, but I don't think it's even that bad of a thing, really, when you factor it all together. I think, you know, as far as, like, people always complain about the weak men or whatever, and that's just like boomers. They're all going to die out eventually, and then there's really going to be no one left to, whine about this sort of garbage. And when that happens, we're entering the golden potential ages, right? At that point, we're free from the shackles of what the boomers want you to do. We're free from the previous generations, and we can just play our video games, and the world may actually give us, some peace and ignore us, which would be the best possible outcome. At least that's what I'm hoping for, and what I think is pretty likely given the circumstances. And when do I get the AoE version of Shoha? Oh, I should set this guy to be a Healy boy. There you go. Heal me. Stupid enemies. Okay. That one, let's activate that. Can I just stand in this? Just full heal? Oh man, Bloodbath is kind of nice. So wait, is this the AoE version of that thing? Yeah, so I can do that. Yeah, okay. I see. So complicated. But yeah, so that's at least my white pill of feelings about where we're going in society. Sorry, brain lag from just waking up and trying to wrap my mind around the new hotkeys. There you go. There you go. Give him the old whack. Can my minion keep me up through all of this, or no? Without... Oh wait, Bloodbath. That's a 90-second cooldown. So nice. It's just very comfy. I wonder if this class is going to be even better than the Machinist at Fates. Feels like it might be much stronger in Fates. Did I farm all of that on the wrong class? Usually ranged farmers are more efficient than melee ones, but in this game it doesn't appear to matter as much as in a lot of other games. And the extra damage is just so nice. They're coming to get me. Stand in it. Let's see if the pet has what it takes. And, no, that's the button. Yeah. Okay. Alright. I will leave you guys with those parting thoughts. You have a great day.